Bear with us as we experience some technical difficulties here with the stream. I think we have things settled down now. We have a crowd at capacity here at the Wooden Gym. The ball is up and, hey, we're underway. Leominster falls into a 2-3 zone half-court defense. Half-court to our left as the Red Raiders start with the basketball. Diaz works its way to De Leon. De Leon goes back for Monty Graham. Graham feeds Marte. Marte finds Torres, and Torres will finish at the basket. Everybody wearing brick red gets a touch to start, and Leominster opens the basketball game with a throwaway.
Careless inbounds pass right there, and Fitchburg draws first blood.
De Leon running the point for the Red Raiders at the moment.
Indeed. LeBlanc at the break to the basket, and it may have been bothered, but a put back from behind by Conacher. Into the corner, it's De Leon. And the ball was deflected out of bounds. Fitchburg will keep the basketball. 1 minute gone by, teams knotted at 2. Leominster got their basket in transition. Meanwhile, Fitchburg worked the ball in the half court and had a touch from everybody. Torres for De Leon. Back up top, a little stutter in the drive for Diaz. Cross-court kick, 1 to shoot, and that's a shot clock violation. Fitchburg a little too choosy on the possession. They didn't get a shot off. 6:39 to play in quarter one. Perez throws it into the middle of a pack. It finds Conacher for Dada, who throws on the brakes. The freshman playing in his first Fitchburg Leominster game at home, second overall. Conacher, the underhand flip for LeBlanc. And it's picked off. Steve Diaz. Diaz down floor. Drew a foul. 2 shots coming up for Diaz at the line. 6:17 to play here in quarter number one. When these two teams met back in December, it was a Leominster 78-61 win on the road over at the Doug Crutchfield Fieldhouse. Leominster looking to respond on this possession coming up. Meanwhile, the Red Raiders would like to achieve a season split. Leominster comes in with a 10-3 record. They are district qualified. Red Raiders in search of their first victory, and boy, would they like it to be at the hands of the blue and white tonight. Battle into the sideline. Last touch by Fitchburg. It's Leominster basketball. Leominster starting 5, Jeremiah Paulino, Trey LeBlanc, Brian Perez, Justin Dada, and Aiden Lucky run the floor for Leominster. And Lucky gets the touch from Dada and finishes. 6:05 to play here in quarter number one. Diaz for De Leon. Some of these names here under head coach first year James McCall going to sound very basketball in their liking, as Coach James McCall has done a good job at converting football players into basketball this season for the Red Raiders. De Leon with the jumper. Came up short, ended up being a great pass. Finish at the rim for Kenny Marte.
It fell right into Marte's hands on the baseline. Put it back up.
5.5 to play here in quarter one. We're knotted at 4. LeBlanc, the drive, crossing the corner. Conacher, a 3. He got fouled. Count the basket and one. Conacher with the huge 3-point basket, and Brian Perez tries to pump up the crowd after the made 3 and the harm.
I don't think Brian has to do anything to get the crowd pumped. They erupted because that happened right in front of the Leominster cheering section.
5:22 to play in quarter one.
Marte picks up his first, it's team first for the Red Raiders in the first half.
And Conacher completes the 4-point play, Bill Thomas. That's how you maximize your point on a trip.
You don't get a lot of those this season. Nice job.
5:15 to play here in quarter one, and Paulino swipes it out of bounds. Jump the passing route. Fitchburg will keep the basketball, 21 to shoot. Assistant coach John Cordio up on the bench behind head coach Kevin Crutchfield calling out signals to the defense. And Conacher with the steal to the basket. Lays in and good.
6 the quick way right there for Conacher.
That's how to rack up the numbers on the stat sheet.
Conacher the difference in the early going here for Leominster.
Edmonds cannot convert.
Conacher
The
with a
rebound
rebound.
down floor. Battle for the basketball, stolen by De Leon. De Leon for Diaz, up floor looking for Edmonds, couldn't convert. Meanwhile, Edmonds gets the ball back, settles things down for De Leon. Now Diaz takes a three, it was bothered by Perez. Lucky got the loose basketball. Paulino right up floor for LeBlanc, thought about a three, slowed down, fed the hot hand. Conacher, he's in it. Oh my, Liam Conacher with a three-point basket and all by himself. He forces a timeout taken by the Red Raiders. Liam Conacher opens on a 9-0 run.
He has a 9-0 run. What in the first quarter. That's a game for most players. 4-point play, buries another three, a rebound, a steal. You talk about filling up the stat sheet.
And a 2-point basket on the play as well.
Absolutely.
4:26 to play in the first quarter, and Leominster opens on a 13-4 run. What an opening to this basketball game, Kate.
I'm just looking at both crowds. They're already jaw-jacking back and forth, looking at each other, and I feel like I'm the cheese in the sandwich that I don't want to be in.
Just an example.
I don't want to be in the cheese.
Fitchburg side.
Yep, that is the Fitchburg side.
This is the Fitchburg side.
To our left.
All right, now, don't get dizzy. We're coming around.
And with us all the way
There's the Leominster side on the other end.
Crowd.
And we're the cheese and the sandwich.
And we sit here in no man's land. Nobody shall cross either side.
They better not.
Indeed, 4:26 to play here in the first quarter.
One more shot here. Let's come around all the way behind us. The place is full.
Indeed.
If you're not here, you're missing out the greatest rivalry in North Central Mass.
And Bill Thomas, there isn't a seat to be found across from us either.
You show up, we'll find you a place to sit.
Gym.
We'll let you sit in the broadcast location.
LeBlanc with the tip. Diaz tried to keep it alive. Perez will close. LeBlanc into the left corner and slows things down for Leominster. Perez to Conacher. How about a step back three? He got bumped by a Steve Diaz.
You're going to draw the defense. You hit a couple of threes, they're going to come out and get you. It's going to really open things up in the lane. You know, Conacher's tall enough, he can look over the defenders. Have to see if the Blue Devils can take advantage of that.
Diaz picks up his first. It's team second of the first half for the Red Raiders.
It is standing room only on that baseline with administrators and players galore. LeBlanc got bumped on that three-point opportunity. Not going to get a call on all of them. Here's LeBlanc. Jump stop. Through the lane in three. Couldn't get it. Battled back into the play. Loosened the basketball again. Kept the play alive for Leominster. Chaotic first quarter of action. Whistles kill the play, and Conacher shifted the feet. Good call, and the ball back to Fitchburg.
Chaotic to say the least. We've only played 4.5 minutes.
There was, believe it or not, a 15-minute gap between the end of that girls' game and the beginning of this boys' game, and I feel like we're in quarter number 5, Bill Thomas. Nothing stopped.
The energy has definitely ramped itself up. And we had a lot of it in the first game. It's only increased.
May have picked up his second there, Kate. That was a bump down low.
No, Paulino picks up his first. Perez had the other foul for Leominster, so Paulino picks up his first. It's team second for the Blue Devils in the first half.
3:38 to play in quarter one. Leominster on a 13-4 opening run. It's Edmonds. They feed back De Leon a deep three. Too strong to the back rim. Paulino got up underneath Graham. Graham landed on the back of Paulino. His neck caved awkwardly, and Paulino's going to get called with the foul. Coach Kevin Crutchfield is on his knees pleading his case.
Oh my. Oh my.
The official is right on the money. De Leon is protected as the shooter in the cylinder, straight up and straight down. Paulino came up underneath him. It was a good blocking foul call. Shot missed there by Edmonds. For LeBlanc, up floor, Paulino corrals, and a little touch. A 15-4 opening run.
Ooh,
It's Stone
nice
Scacchetti.
efforts.
And a ball tipped away there. Kate, you're right on money. Perez got a hand on it and slid across the baseline trying to get a hold of that one. It's Edmonds. Looked in the paint for Scacchetti. Couldn't get it. And Leicester's got the basketball in the turnover. Up floor. Paulino sees Conacher. And he finishes at the rim.
To the basket. Whoa!
And count that basket with a foul.
Conacher got to get 3 the old-fashioned way this time.
A 17-4 opening run for Leominster in this one. As the crowd continues to file their way in here to the gym at Leominster High School. Where are they going to go? Conacher knew it. He was leaving the line out of his hand. 18-14, Leominster with a 18-4, excuse me, Leominster with a 14-point lead. 2:48 to play here in quarter
We know that
one.
Fitchburg has 3 fouls, but the official table has not put up who that foul was on yet, but 3 fouls apiece, Fitchburg and Leominster.
De Leon stops, sets up Marte. Marte cross-court fine for Edmonds. Now the stutter, the drive for De Leon. Good step to lane. The lay-in is good, stems the tide. And Leominster's 14-point run quiets for the moment, 18-6. 2:15 to play here in quarter one. Thomas thought about it. Kick back Perez a 3. Too strong. Dada the rebound. He pushed off of De Leon. Dada will be built with the foul. The ball back to Fitchburg.
No surprise, but Conacher calling for the ball, waving. Give it to me, give it to me.
Dada picks up his first. It's team 4th of the first half for the Blue Devils. 2:08 remaining.
Back down floor. Scacchetti ends up with the shot. He missed everything. The rebound is for Perez. LeBlanc on the outlet had it poked away. Now De Leon for Marte. Marte the drive and no basket. Traveling violation called and the ball back to Leominster.
Fitchburg faithful not agreeing with that call.
Some extracurricular activity going on.
Good preventative officiating there. Don't call the foul. Warn both players of the contact before you put the ball in play. That job by that young official out on the floor. Thomas for Dada. Now LeBlanc. 90 seconds to play here in quarter one. It's 18-6, Leominster with lead. LeBlanc barks out a play now for Thomas.
You're telling me we got to do this 3 more
Dada for
times.
3, and he hits!
It's catchy.
21-6, Leominster's opening run continues. And now a steal by Perez. And he finds LeBlanc and Leominster in transition. LeBlanc through the lane, flung it up there. De Leon the rebound. De Leon presses the issue all the way to the rack. He got fouled. No call from the baseline official. Final minute to play here in quarter one. And the ball out of bounds and goes the way of the Red Raiders. 59 1/10 seconds to play here in quarter number one.
We got to do this 3 more times?
3 more quarters. Told you it's like quarter number 5 of game 1.
No reprieve at all.
Edmonds steps into a 3, can't get it to go. Thomas elevates the rebound. Down floor, it's Perez, spun and kicked. LeBlanc almost lost it into the Red Raider bench.
Yeah.
Now for Dada, straight away. But a 10-second differential, shot clock to game clock. The jumper will not go, and the rebound down for Edmonds. Edmonds quickly up floor looking for Gaetan. And it's too long and out of bounds, and the ball back to Leominster.
Turnover number 11 for the Red Raiders.
Can you believe there are fans still filing in here at the gym at Leominster High School?
Why would you be late for this?
They might have just got a Facebook alert and decided
indeed
to show up.
Indeed they did. Bring your smart device with you. You can hear us while in the building. That's the great part of Rivalry Family Media. Shot clock off, 10 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Perez and Thomas playing catch. Leominster content to run the clock down for one shot.
Gotta get it
LeBlanc
up.
got the room. This one's good if it goes. No shot, no baskets. First quarter of play in the books. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Leominster opens the game in quarter 1 on a 21-6 opening quarter run.
Woo!
What a first quarter.
What a first quarter for one Liam Conacher.
Yes.
We'll see if he can keep the pressure on the Red Raiders defense, though, and or if the rest of the team's going to feed off him. We saw a couple other three-pointers made. A lot of energy shown by the Blue Devils in that first quarter. Going to have to see if they can maintain that level.
Conacher's opening run alone, Bill Thomas, was 9-0.
Well, he's outscored them single-handedly. Fitchburg only has 6. I mean, I'm picking some low-hanging fruit here, but he scored in a variety of ways, and he's gotten on the score sheet in other ways besides scoring too. Rebounding, steals. He's been all over the court in the first quarter.
You're absolutely right. If we take a look at his scoring contributions, he's got 2 threes, 2 other made baskets from the field, and he's 1-1 from the line is Liam Conacher early on.
And what a first quarter of action Conacher had here on the floor all by his lonesome. Leominster will start with the basketball to begin quarter number 2. Head coach James McCall takes his time breaking his huddle, reminding his players, you can't get it all in one fell swoop. You're going to have to build your way back into this game with a combination of defensive stops and conversions on the offensive end. Dada, a deflected three-pointer.
6 seconds in.
Wow.
Don't waste any time. They're feeding off Conacher, though. You can feel the energy flowing through the team.
Marte to respond, can't get it to go, and the loose ball rebound for Dada. Up floor, it's Conacher, and Edmonds will jump and dribble it away. A nice steal there, and Perez will get called for the foul. No, check that. Coach James McCall took the timeout to settle the action. 7:34 to play here in quarter 2, just about 30 seconds on by in the second frame. Leominster the 24-6 lead, and Coach McCall knows this offensive possession can make all the difference in the world. He's got to stem the tide.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to step up, and and looking at Fitchburg is scoring across the board. They don't have that big scorer. They're a high scorer. They average out. Alderando is a little over 10. Everybody else in single digits, but somebody's got to step up and say, give me the ball, start firing away and make some baskets for Fitchburg.
Folks checking in out there with us on RFM. Remember, you can drop us a comment right here on the broadcast. We'll shout you out. Roberto Rodriguez, we'll shout you out, and your comment is priceless. He says, the memories.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, Roberto. Stay with us all night long. We got this one. And remember, you can see this game and any other broadcast here on RFM by subscribing to our on-demand coverage, available once these games are over on YouTube. Subscribe to Rivalry Family Media.
And it's free.
Indeed it is. 3 away and hits for George Gaetan.
Welcome to the stat sheet, Gaetan.
That's the way to start. He immediately comes down for on defense and bodies up on Trey LeBlanc. Thomas, drive, kick back for LeBlanc. LeBlanc creates some room on Gaetan. He got reached on. LeBlanc chased down his own rebound.
Let's do it again.
And he'll take it this time. No basket. Traveling violation called. They say LeBlanc shifted feet before he put the ball down on the floor.
When he got the ball back, he had that look in his eyes. I'm coming back down that lane, boys.
I got to tell you, there is a fun tit-for-tat going on in student sections here.
Hope it remains fun.
As long as it remains fun.
Absolutely.
What a great night we're having here at the gym.
I'll show you more of the crowd when we get a chance. We are surrounded.
Enveloped.
Edmonds lost the handle. Loose ball. Battle to the boundary. Coach Kevin Crutchfield tries to buy the call. Not going to get. And the ball will stay with Fitchburg. 11 to shoot on this possession.
Still amazed at the pace on both ends of the court for Fitchburg and for Leominster.
Oh, look what I found.
Offensive rebound for Fitchburg, and Torres puts up the shot on the offensive board.
Graham had the initial setup on Edmonds' shot as they play the top of the 2-3 zone. The driving kick from Thomas to LeBlanc. with a soft touch in the air.
Good way to draw the defense. Got to penetrate, break that zone down.
First points for LeBlanc on the night for Leominster.
Edmonds slides through the lane and converts at the rim. 5:55 play in quarter two. 26-13, Leominster up 13. Here's the drive, tip, the steal. Edmonds on the run out with Blue Devils in tow and lays it in and good. And it forces Coach Kevin Crutchfield to spend a timeout. 5:40 to play in the second quarter. The Red Raiders are within 11. It's 26-15 Leominster.
You know, we saw a little bit too much of that tricky dribble in the girls' game, and now coming back to bite some of the boys in their ball handle and try a tricky dribble and break an ankle, as they like to say. But
well, when you have
it's all about the show. You got to score.
Yeah, when you have the type of crowd on hand that both the girls and the boys teams have had here at the gym at Leominster High School as a teenage student athlete, the
You're going to play up to the crowd
you might
a little
want to
bit?
play up to the crowd, so understandable there.
Looking for that moment. That ooh.
Is that Aquendo I see?
How about another shout out? John Carlos Aquendo says, yes, sir, as he tunes in tonight here on RFM. Drop us a comment. We'll shout you out as we continue. It's the great part. It's participatory broadcasting here on RFM. You can be a part of this one.
This is like Thanksgiving indoors.
Indeed it is. And every bit of that and then some. You take a look at our upcoming broadcasts here on RFM. Lots of action still to come in this 2020 season. Back to action here at the gym at Leominster High School. To the foul line. The pull-up for Thomas. Won't go. Conacher bats the rebound to Dada. Dada for Perez as Leominster has their second 30. Dada, three from the right corner, too strong. And the rebound for Julio Torres. They look for Edmonds down for Diaz. It's tipped by LeBlanc. LeBlanc throws it in front of Thomas, who tries to run it down and runs out of real estate into the front row.
John Carlos Aquendo brings up an excellent point that I'd like to agree with. He's got a very objective hat on right now, saying, right now it looks like Fitchburg living by the three, dying by the three, but he says Fitchburg for life.
Totally understandable in this rivalry. Ball tipped out of bounds and the ball back to Leominster. Take note, by the way, of the footwear out there on the floor of Daniel Edmonds, and Monty Graham. They have the inverse shoes. Clearly, they must wear the same size shoe, and they've swapped high tops. So one neon green for one neon yellow for the other, one on the right, one on the left, inverted.
We get a break in the action. I'll give you a little idea of what we're talking about.
Conacher back-rimmed that one.
Fashion cam over here for basketball.
Never missed the opportunity. Here's the drive. Diaz took a little contact. No foul call. Putback opportunity for De Leon. Check it for Graham, and he's got two coming from the line. And Edmonds is over hands on knees with Coach James McCall having a conversation, trying to recover from this end-to-end action. That shot will go for Monty Graham. Line change galore. Edmonds will step out for the Red Raiders as Devin De Leon will check back in. Leominster will flop two as Aiden Lucky will return to action. He got a start tonight. Justin Dada back on the floor as well. A check at Paulina back on the floor in that change. On 4.5 to play here in quarter number two. 26-17, Leominster on top. It's Lucky. Looking baseline. No clear lane. He'll drop it for Paulino with a drive. Kick. Had a thought of a pass. There was nobody there. De Leon looked up floor. Tried to get it to Torres. Picked by Perez. Now Paulino to the basket. Goes up and under and lays it in.
That's the way you use the baseline right there.
Halfway through this quarter number two. Drop into the post. Torres with a pirouette to the basket. Couldn't get it to go. Ball out of bounds. Last off blue and white. It's Fitchburg basketball. Up top, the inbounds of Graham. Graham for Diaz. Too strong off back iron. Rebound down for Torres. Torres through the lane for Graham. Graham couldn't finish. And Lucky's got himself a rebound. Right back down floor. Perez. Back rim. Count it. Woo. Got a little help from the glass on that one. And the Red Raiders couldn't connect on the pass, immediately back down floor. And the ball back to Leominster.
And a quick lead was chopped down to 9 there, but quickly back up to 14. Blue Devils possess the ball, trying to open it up to equal the biggest lead of the game.
Paulino calls out a play as he brings the ball up floor. Slashes down the lane, pushed it up on the rim, wouldn't go. Rebound for Gabe Rivera. Now Graham, stutter, drive to the left block, kick for De Leon. Now Torres looked inside, the ball was tipped out of bounds. 2:55 to play here in the first half, 31-17, Leominster on top.
16 turnovers for Fitchburg here in the first half already.
The inbound finds its way safely into the hands of Thomas in the backcourt, and he'll slow down the action. Working on Gaetan. It was tipped by De Leon, and a traveling violation. Nice job by De Leon, got his hand on the ball. It slowed the action enough and forced travel on Thomas.
Yeah, Derek, nice move down the lane, but just defender got in his way.
Ball was tipped by Paulino. Last touch, they say, by Rivera, and it's Leominster basketball.
Nice defense by Paulino right there. Quick hands, caused a deflection. Wow.
Paulino
what an
to the
inbound.
basket.
Get in.
And count.
Woo, that's the way you run an inbounds play.
And he streaked
On
all
the
the
go.
way to the rim. It's De Leon. Fires one to the baseline.
And nobody in particular.
Yeah, Gaetan was the intended target, but he had already blown by.
Turnovers approaching 20 for the Red Raiders, Kate, I'm guessing.
They're at 17.
Ball was tipped by Thomas. He almost threw that one away with token pressure from Gaetan.
Derek working.
Yeah, he'll now bounce
Nice
a pass
pass
to
inside.
Dada. Dada absorbs a little
couldn't
contact
finish.
created on his own. Not able to finish at the basket. Back down floor. Gaetan created a little space for a three. He front rimmed it. Battled with a teammate for a rebound, but they kept it alive as Marte. For Gaetan and through to Rivera. And now the ball tipped out of bounds. Will stay with Fitchburg. 1:53 to play here in quarter two. And Leominster the 33-17 lead. And officials with a whistle to stop action there. Yeah, we got a, Bill Thomas, we got a tire change here. Chance for you to be a little NASCAR insider. We had a tire change.
Oh, it had a blowout.
We had a blowout.
Had a blowout.
Got to get that cleaned up.
Hey, NASCAR in 2 weeks, you know. Don't get me going. Daytona 500, February 16th.
The drive-in tip. One day Bill Thomas will find something and RFM will call it RFM Motorsports. We'll be all over that.
Well, that ought to be fun.
The statistics, Kate, should be fairly easy. Round and round.
How many
about
laps?
500 times.
Yes. I can
And
do
the
that.
rebound down in the hands of Marte. 90 seconds to play here in quarter two. The drive from Graham. Kicks for Marte in the right corner. And he strokes it. 13-point Leominster lead now. Down to just above 110 to play here in the second quarter. Back up floor, it's Paulino. Paulino the screen. Now the tip, the discard, and Marte will be called for reaching across the body of Paulino.
That'll be his second. It's going to be team fourth for the Red Raiders in the first half.
I gotta tell you, as rough as the game and as much action as there's been, to have 5 and 4
Bingo.
fouls each way, that's amazing. But I give the officials a lot of
All three
credit.
of us.
They've been doing a lot of talking, keeping the kids under control.
You want proof this is a family-run operation? All three of us started the same sentence
Yeah,
and Bill
I know
Thomas
that.
finished it.
We were thinking the same thing. I love
That's
it.
family right there in this broadcast. Here's Paulino. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Dada, triple threat position, now puts the ball on the floor. Down the lane, jump stop. Feeds Paulino. Paulino through the foul line, finger roll, got fouled fouled by Rivera. To the line goes Paulino with 47 and 1/10 seconds to play here in the second quarter.
Nice move. He'll be shooting 2.
Rivera picks up his first. It's going to be team 5th of the first half for the Red Raiders.
Paulino hits the first. And the second. Leominster's lead back to 15, 47 and 1/10 seconds to play here in the first half. What a night inside the gym at Leominster High School. Back down floor. It's Gaetan. Working on Thomas. To foul line, but a 13-second differential shot clock to game clock. Tipped. Now the drive. Shot away. Back rim, no. Battle for the rebound. Run down by Diaz. Diaz hits the three. 35-23. Shot clock off. Final 15 seconds until halftime. Now 8 seconds to play. And 5. Now 1. Shot good if it goes. Thomas took the contact. But no foul.
Oh.
Triple zeros at halftime here from the gym at Leominster High School. Through one half of play. Leominster 35 and Fitchburg 23. What a first half of action we were treated to there.
Great action, but like you say, that was we had 6 quarters of great action of basketball here tonight. I'm expecting 2 more.
Halftime here from the gym at Leominster High School, game number 2. We step aside for a quick timeout. Kate calculates your first half stats.
I'm going to do the halftime show.
And
with the girls.
Kate's jumping in with the cheerleaders.
I'm making friends.
She's part of the halftime show coming up as well. Bear with us for all of that. Halftime here from the gym at Leominster High School. Leominster on top, 35-23. More to come. Back inside the gym at Leominster High School. Halftime here of game number 2. Boys on the air. Leominster on top of Fitchburg's boys at the half by 35-23. Mark, we welcome you back to our courtside broadcast position. A little less under duress than the last time you saw us here
Only for the
at our
moment.
courtside position. Yes,
Give
Kate,
it
right
4
on
minutes
money.
and we'll be under duress.
Only under duress. Good luck to the powers that be getting everybody back
my.
into their associated positions. But Roberto Rodriguez
Yes.
had the quote of the night that sums up anytime you're in here. The memories. Halftime here, Leominster on top, 35-23 on Fitchburg. Kate's calculated those first half stats, and Kate, what we know is Fitchburg, a number of turnovers. They've been able to keep pace by converting at the basket, but they've got to limit their turnovers in the second half and take advantage of every opportunity they get.
Much like we saw out of the Leominster girls right now, turnovers are a problem for the Fitchburg boys. Let's take a look at their stats first as a team. 17 rebounds, 5 steals, but 18 turnovers. Their turnovers right now outnumbering their rebounds. As a team, they're 2 of 4 from the line. If we take a look at individual notable statistics for the Red Raiders, right now Diaz with 3, De Leon with 2, Gaitan with 4, Edmonds with 4, Graham with 2, Torres with 4, and Marte with 5. Now we take a look at the Blue Devils side of the ball. Right now they are up by 12 points. It's a 35-23 lead for Leominster. 12 rebounds, 6 steals, 10 turnovers for the Blue Devils. They are 3 of 3 from the line. That's 100% from the charity stripe. If we take a look at notable individual statistics right now, Paulino has 8, LeBlanc with 2, Conacher with 11. He was scoreless in the second quarter, had all 11 of his points coming in the first quarter of play.
And 9 of them seemingly in the first couple of minutes.
Oh, it was bang, bang, yes. Perez has 3, Lucky with 2, and Dada with 6 thus far in the first half of play for Leominster. Right now, Leominster needs to continue to, number 1, be productive when they get free throw opportunities, continue to distribute the ball equally amongst all their players. Right now they have 6 different people with scoring contributions. On Fitchburg's side of the ball, they need to try to limit the turnovers. They're rebounding right now, out-rebounding Leominster by 5. But again, those turnovers, when your turnovers outnumber your rebounds, that's not going to spell a W for your team. So right now, Fitchburg needing to hold on to the basketball, protect it a little bit more, and we'll see if things can change up.
As I look over your sheet here, this scoring distribution for Fitchburg, not unusual. As I was reviewing and preparing for this game and looked at the other game they have played throughout the year, they don't have a ton of double-digit scorers. No. They just spread the action out, and all of the fun gets spread out among a large fleet among all of the different players that they have within their program.
Right now, that's a fleet of 7 different players for the Red Raiders, again going down right now. Diaz, De Leon, Gaitan, Edmonds, Graham, Torres, and Marte, all on the offensive scoring chart right now for the Red Raiders.
Got some folks checking in with us here on social media. I've got Elaine Barriou says, go Justin, number 33. That's Justin Comasana for Fitchburg. She chipping in that note, and then we had Chris Sims right before halftime. He called the foul on that last play.
Wanted a foul.
He wanted a foul and didn't draw the call.
All right.
Participatory broadcasting. That's what RFM is. Kate, I'll be with you in just 1 second. We're going to tell people how they can get these games. They've been so fantastic tonight. You're going to want to go back. If you're just joining us, you're going to want to go back and see that girls' game. It was a 50-48 Fitchburg victory in game number 1. And you're going to want to see it on demand. That game will be loaded up tonight. As soon as we get back to RFM, we'll get that game up on YouTube. You check YouTube tomorrow, search Rivalry Family Media, and subscribe. When that game is posted, you'll get it. It's a worthwhile take. What a fantastic basketball game. And this one's not over yet either. Another treat coming up as well.
It's going to be a dandy of second half. Do you think they're going to get everybody in their seats in the next 38 seconds? Is Billy in his seat? Billy is in his seat. Welcome back, Thomas.
I've been walking around the crowd. Mike over at the score table says hi, sends his regards, and I'm tired. I'm just admiring the crowd, and just this is the atmosphere that I live for, to be involved in this type of situation. We like doing the small market stuff. We like to say we did some softball, some lacrosse.
Yes.
You know, we're
We'll see
talking
more
about
of them
golf,
coming
some
up
swimming,
in
but
spring
there's nothing like the
2020.
atmosphere when you get these two teams together in one of these marquee sports.
And especially in a contained environment like inside the wooden gym here at Leominster High School.
We know the atmosphere is there at the football games, but you don't feel the energy like
Oh,
you
I
do
can feel it.
inside you know, the Blue Devils gym, or even at the field house over at Fitchburg High.
Let's bring the non-prickly person to the gym, shall we?
One of these years, Kate, will rearrange the seating arrangement.
My
but
word.
until then, second half action begins. Leominster on top, 35-23. Fitchburg with the basketball, and right out of the chute, Diaz tries an entry pass kicked by Paulino. And Fitchburg will get another opportunity with a fresh 30 with just 9 seconds gone by here in the second half. De Leon goes third opportunity straight up middle of the foul line, the timeline for Torres. And now Diaz looks for the entry pass there for Marte. Marte for De Leon. De Leon slashes right side of the lane. High off glass won't go. Rebound down and the putback complete for Julio Torres.
Fitchburg draws first blood in the second half. Ooh.
And Paulino at the rack, muscles his way through and draws a foul. Count that basket. Leominster up 10, chance to make it 11 with Paulino at the line.
Nice strong move right there, looking for the and one. Paulino very active tonight.
Marte picks up his third. It's team first for the Red Raiders in the second half.
And Paulino with three the old-fashioned way.
Doing a great job running the offense from the point guard position on top of scoring.
And Leominster immediately into that full court 2-2-1 pressure.
Paulino up to 11 points on the night.
Perez jumps the lane, tip, Dada ends up with a loose ball. Up floor, Paulino, contact times two, no foul call, ball going the other way.
Wiped out
Marte
twice.
for De Leon, and they'll settle the action. Diaz into the corner now for Torres. Torres the baseline drive. Takes it back top. Diaz, little head fake, creates space, bothered from behind, rolls out. The rebound, Graham. Graham with the putback, will not go. Perez the rebound for Leominster. Up floor, Conacher. Conacher stripped from behind by Diaz. And right back down floor, Torres. Got stripped by LeBlanc, who stepped on the baseline. And it's Fitchburg basketball. Not much you can do about that.
Nope.
Make a great play, ran out of real estate.
He stopped an offensive move there by the Fitchburg players that saved a couple of points. Back on defense now, though.
De Leon working on Dada, crosses him over to the basket, scoops it off the glass, and finishes. Devin De Leon, talk about muscling through that one. He had the ball below his waist and was able to scoop that up and scrape it down the glass and take a foul. Bill Thomas.
A little showtime right there. Showing off for the fans and finishing at the hoop.
And the Red Raider faithful located to our left, delighted. Chance to make this a 10-point game once again at the line for De Leon. Can't do it. Loose ball down into the hands of LeBlanc.
Trey, slow it down a little bit. Temporarily.
Crossover drive, foul called. 2 shots forthcoming. 6:07 to play here in the third quarter. Leominster will get another opportunity. That was in the act of shooting, so LeBlanc's got 2 shots at the line. High tops getting checked there. Another Bill Thomas blowout. They are making a tire change.
Just adding some air.
Absolutely.
That's not going to get old fast.
LeBlanc gets that one to go. He went all the way to the top of the toes and brought that one down with a little body English. Second opportunity for LeBlanc. Goes as well. Leominster an even 40-27 lead. 6:05 to play here in the third quarter. Nice ball distribution for Graham over half court. The drive for Torres will not go. Tip ball still being battled for, and Graham commits the foul as he comes down across Perez and will bring him down to the floor. Coach James McCall having a conversation with the official.
Graham with a quick 2 fouls. It's going to be his second, team third for Fitchburg in the second half.
Here's Conacher behind the back. Then again, step back, 3. He thought he had it. He was backpedaling down floor. Battle for the rebound. Last touch, De Leon, Leominster basketball.
Don't count them too early, Liam. Stay back here. They might need you. Chase that offensive rebound.
He's been feeling it tonight, Bill Thomas. Last time in the regular season, he'll play the Red Raiders. Through the lane, LeBlanc sets up Thomas, who drills it in the corner. And that's a timeout taken by head coach James McCall for Fitchburg. 5:43 to play in the third quarter. Leominster expands their lead to 43-27.
Thomas helps the Blue Devils extend their lead. I believe this equals the largest lead of the evening, 16. Thomas silences that Fitchburg crowd down that end of the court. It's interesting how we switched ends, and now Fitchburg is shooting in front of the Leominster fans, and Leominster shooting in front of the Fitchburg fans.
That is how things worked out.
As the game winds down.
To say the least here.
You gotta love it. It's all fate. Take another quick shot at the crowd here.
Now Bill Thomas
Fitchburg
shows us the crowd as you get a look at our upcoming schedule of broadcast. Next time we join you, next Tuesday night, February the 11th, girls basketball, the featured game here on RFM as Neshoba comes into the gym here at Leominster High School with a battle that has playoff implications for the Blue Devils. Leominster needs 5 out of their last 6 to qualify for districts. Out of the Red Raider timeout. Coach James McCall had to be reminding his team how important this next flurry of action is. The drive, tipped. Leominster got a finger on it, and the ball will stay with Fitchburg on their offensive end, half court to our right. And Kate, when you reach a certain point, there's some kind of a mountain that you can overcome. Then there's the moments you can't overcome. Coach McCall knows here in this third quarter, they've got to get this down to a 10-point game or closer.
Right now, Fitchburg is on the edge. As you said, it's only going to go one way or the other.
Jumper for Edmonds off the mark. Slid to the floor, did Torres. He's called for the walk, and the ball will go back to Leominster.
Good job by Conacher there, going after that rebound, shielding himself. I thought he was going to get called for the foul. Caught the turnover.
Momentum is a tricky thing.
LeBlanc stops the drive. Now the kick back. Conacher from Perez. Backs down Graham. Spins and lays it in.
If the three's on following, use your height in the lane. Nice job by Liam.
Conacher's first points since the first quarter.
De Leon for Edmonds. A 3. He strokes it.
Edmonds up to 7 points now on the night.
And that's an important scorer right there, Kate. He has led Fitchburg in most every game this season. Leominster tries a 3 in response from Perez. Does it go? Bodies on the floor to the basket as Steve Diaz lays it in. And the lead is 13 at 45-32 Leominster. Under 4.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Do they continue to come here to the gym at Leominster?
Just new people, yeah.
My goodness. Paulino, the drive, he absorbed contact. And Paulino's got 2 shots coming up.
I do find it humorous that you would be the person to talk about people late arriving.
Well, we appreciate a good late arriving crowd. I mean, dinner time here, you know, about 20 minutes past 8 here on the East Coast. And, you know, some people had to, you know, get a little meal in, finish other sporting events, get themselves together, grab their friends, and come on down here at the gym at Leominster High School for the conclusion of this one.
Monty Graham picks up its third. It's going to be team fourth for the Red Raiders of the second half.
For those that were late arriving, Kate, though, we mentioned it a little while ago, they missed out on a dandy of game number 1.
Maybe they were walking.
With the Fitchburg and Leominster girls. We can only hope here on RFM.
He helped the gate. Draw him in.
Paulino gets that one to go. 46-32, Leominster on top. Up floor, it's Edmonds. Edmonds, hard pass to the baseline. Nice heads-up look. He found Torres, who finished at the pin. Meanwhile, right back down floor, LeBlanc with a fastball high and outside. Ball back to Fitchburg. 4:04 to play here in the third quarter, 46-34. Leominster on top. I can see from my broadcast position here, Fitchburg Athletic Director Craig Antossi saying to one of his players, maintain composure. You want to stay composure here down the stretch as you start to build your way back in. Can't get too high, can't get too low. Got to aim for that happy medium. Doesn't matter what you coach, Kate, the coaching never stops.
Especially not from the sidelines. Turnover for Fitchburg. Leominster, possession of the basketball.
There's the drive. Paulino. Edmonds and Conacher locked up in the paint. A little roll on the drive. Conacher the finish from Paulino.
Nice little two-man game right there, drawing the D, dumping it off. Great pass, great look.
There's the drive. Diaz right back down floor. He slashed to the basket, took contact. 2 shots for him.
Conacher's going to pick up his second. It's going to be team second of the second half for Leominster. Diaz at the line.
And the first one will roll home for Diaz. Diaz at the line, shot away, he front rimmed it. Battle for the rebound, tipped. Leominster basketball. 3:21 play here in the third, 48-35, Leominster's advantage. Bill Thomas, you alluded to this heading toward halftime, and it has bared its way out into the second half. For as physical a game this has been, it has been well managed by these 3 officials assigned by Board 44 here in North Central Mass. Just 6 fouls combined called in this second half.
And I will add, they've kept cool heads. Whoa, what a
Dada
drive.
maintained his head on that one, Bill Thomas, and he found Paulino
Way to
to the
flash.
basket.
But they maintained the calmness and allowed the enthusiasm to still play through.
Without question. Shot missed there for Torres. He scrambled back into the play, had a little reach.
You know, you mentioned it, Todd, and you hit it right on the head. During a dead ball situation in the first half, the officials pulled 2 players aside. Didn't wait for him to get into a foul situation, calmed him down, haven't had to talk to him since. That's good officiating.
2:48 to play here in the third quarter. 50-35, Leominster's lead. Thomas has got the ball in the backcourt.
Let's see how well that composure stays if this game gets closer.
Indeed.
Thomas with some tricky dribbles.
Thomas
Loses
tricked
out of bounds.
himself. He wanted a tip. He didn't get it.
Come on, Derek, play defense.
And a sub coming in here.
Yeah,
Thomas will head to the bench.
probably sit next to the coach for a few minutes.
Sometimes you just get a little too fancy.
But you know, you're playing to the atmosphere too, so you can't blame him.
No,
Can't blame him.
We love the enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
Perez slipped that one up, by the way, from out of bounds, and the ball went in.
You got to
Talk about
remember,
everything going your way.
he's playing to the Fitchburg crowd down this end of the. So he's not only playing to the defense, he's playing to the crowd.
Up the middle of the court.
Nice steal.
Perez with a steal. Now
That was
Paulino.
right in the living room.
Paulino slows down. Now LeBlanc. LeBlanc driving kick. Conacher. 3 from the right side.
There it is.
He buries it.
He felt that one. He
Leominster
waited on that one, though.
has inverted the Red Raiders at 53-35.
Conacher's up to 18 points.
Marte to respond, and he hits. And a double foul call potentially? No.
Yep, here we
The
go.
official, like a boxing referee, steps in, blows the whistle, talks to both Paulino and Diaz, and does not assess fouls on either side.
I like that. I like that. Let's play the game, straighten them out, and let's play.
And now Paulino right back working on Diaz. Marte comes in from behind Paulino. Paulino says, I'll respond. Missed the shot. Conacher kept it alive under the basket. And Edmonds will run down a loose ball for the Red Raiders. Slows things down, finds De Leon crossing midcourt. The drive, and unfortunately, De Leon had it tipped. He got it stuck in his midsection. wide receiver-esque, and took a few too many steps through the lane.
You know, but how prophetic, Todd. We're just talking about a great job the officials doing, and they did exactly what we commented about. Stop the game, straighten them out, and let's play.
Absolutely. Back down floor. Dada from Paulino. Drive to the basket. Created the space. Lays it in good with 90 seconds to play here in the third.
And way to protect the ball with your body. Great move there. Along the baseline.
Diaz, little jab step, now steps back with Edmonds. Edmonds, nice spin into the lane. Shot off mark. Rebound LeBlanc. LeBlanc, bounce pass. Splits the defense. And laid in by Perez.
Textbook fast break.
Right back down floor. Red Raiders said, anything you can do. They couldn't finish at the rack as De Leon tried to finish with a response. And LeBlanc will bump into Diaz. Foul on the floor.
Foul starting to add up on the Fitchburg side right now.
Rivera picks up his second. It's going to be team sixth for the Red Raiders of the second half.
And you can tell Coach McCall's club trying to do anything they can, Bill Thomas, to scramble back in. It is generating more fouls. That's a problem long term, but they are doing everything they can as we enter the final minute of the third quarter. LeBlanc, step back at the foul line. No go. Got his own rebound on a long bounce and resets. Now Perez, the dish. Conacher, too strong. Rebound down.
It's too close to the basket.
Indeed. Diaz up floor through the hands of Scacchetti.
4-second differential game clock, 2 shot clock.
As we pass 25.5 seconds to play here in the third. 17 to shoot on the possession. Leominster content to wait at midcourt. LeBlanc with the loose dribble. Now 10 seconds to shoot, 14 to play. And now LeBlanc will initiate. 5 to shoot. Drive, lane, 2 to shoot. Leominster's not going to get a shot off. Shot clock violation. 3.5 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And the ball will go back to Fitchburg. Leominster was coming out as if the quarter ended. And no, it was just the shot clock expiration. 3.5 seconds still to play. One more defensive possession. Edmonds. Inbounds for Gaetan. 1 second. Good if it goes off the hands of Edmonds. Missed the mark. 3 quarters in the books here from the gym at Leominster High School. Leominster with the 57-38 lead over Fitchburg, entering the fourth and final quarter. We mentioned the extensive ways that you could participate in this one. Facebook.com/Be Rivalry. That's where you get your live coverage here on RFM. You want the on-demand coverage, you subscribe to Rivalry Family Media out there on YouTube for more, not just this game, not just the girls' game #1, but all of our archive here on RFM dating back to last year. And then you can subscribe to Twitter, game alerts, and more. Subscribe to Media Rivalry. A like and follow on that out on Twitter gets you all the notices here on RFM. Social media is the wave of the future, and we have once again, Bill Thomas, been blessed with fantastic basketball here tonight. 2 great games here on RFM. We've been blessed with them all year long. Feels a little bit like being national TV. Seems like whenever we show
Somebody
up,
asked me if we were ESPN.
Game.
I said, nah, we're worldwide. I think we're reaching places ESPN doesn't. But I got a comment about that third quarter, especially a little bit that pushed there by the Blue Devils. We got a riddle for you. How do you quiet down a visiting crowd? Extended to the lead to the biggest lead you've had all night at 19. The crowd has gotten quiet over on the Fitchburg side.
Indeed they have, but as they start the fourth quarter, they try to rally their troops on defense directly in front of them. 57-38, Leominster on top here at the start of the fourth. Conacher lost the handle, re-corralled, jumper didn't go. Perez the rebound. Leominster should have got a reset. They did not. LeBlanc a 3 in the corner. He hits nonetheless.
Takes care of that clock problem.
Indeed it did.
With that basket, LeBlanc becomes the 3rd Blue Devil in double digits for scoring tonight.
Diaz with the response and puts the Red Raiders over the 40 mark. Back down floor. Dada gets a 3 opportunity. A line drive into the front of the rim, no good. Run down by Edmonds. Edmonds flies up floor. Diaz splits 3 Blue Devils. Count the basket and a foul. What a strong take for a Steve Diaz, slashing down the right side of the lane. Took on 3 Blue Devils. Finished at the rim. Gets another opportunity at the line.
Nice drive right there. Good body control. Like you said, Todd, splitting the defenders and picking up the foul, finishing.
Bill, that foul to Dada. He picks up his second, team third for the Blue Devils.
7:10 play here in the fourth quarter. Coming up post-game, Leominster head coach Kevin Crutchfield and more, all here from our courtside podcast position. Just a minute gone by in quarter 4. LeBlanc with the take and response. 62-44.
Nice little stutter step right there, losing the defender.
Behind the back, Diaz guns this one into a foot of LeBlanc. He didn't kick, so he picks up the loose ball and absorbs the foul while finishing that shot.
No call on the kick. Gets one at the end.
The ball can hit your foot. You just can't make a kicking motion at it. So Blank's foot was firm on the floor. Defender gunned the ball into his foot. Ball bounces loose. LeBlanc stays with the play. Down, layup, good, and a foul.
Gets credit with the steal.
Indeed he does.
Basket.
And a foul.
And one.
How about that?
Leominster now in the bonus after that foul. Diaz picks up his third, team 7th of the second half for the Red Raiders. LeBlanc at the line.
Lead is 22. Check it, 20. 21.
Steal on the inbound.
Indeed. Leominster stayed with that pressure. Conacher, he finishes. Is it 23 now?
Sloppy basketball led to that math problem.
67-44.
Blue Devils have taken the crowd out of the game on the Fitchburg side.
Indeed. The baseline drive, Graham tried to reverse, it didn't go, and the rebound down for Perez. LeBlanc, foul line jumper. He got bodied up in all directions, and LeBlanc's got 2 shots coming from the line.
Got sandwiched.
6:08 to play in the fourth quarter, 67-44. Leominster on top, LeBlanc at the line. Leominster in the bonus, rest of the way. First one won't go for LeBlanc. This was a shooting foul. He's got 2. As I look around the gym here at Leominster High School, the thing that stands out to me, the smiles in all directions. Red Raider faithful not happy to be behind in this one, but everyone's been enjoying the night here at the gym at Leominster High School.
And I think going in, if you ask them if they'd be happy with the split either way, they'd probably say yes.
Right back down floor.
Nice drive.
Yeah, that one right back in reverse. Yes, and Paulino with the 2. Got a couple of new players out on the floor for the Red Raiders. We'll endeavor to get you some numbers. Paulino knocked it down. That's Rivera. Rivera finds its way inside.
For the big guy.
For the big guy.
Number 35.
And of all the numbers that I have here,
that's what we don't have.
Coach McCall, I don't have that one. So, nonetheless, a great shot, a great basket. It's participatory basketball, so feel free to jump in and let us know. If you want to let us know what his name is, leave us a comment here on RFM. He's got a 3-point play. LeBlanc to the foul line. Now Perez, and the ball is tipped out of bounds. Five and a half to play here in the fourth quarter. Leominster's lead is 20. Ball lost again by Rivera. Down floor tipped. This one is stolen away. And 2 more points go on the board for the still as yet unnamed. Brandon Beltray is 12 out on the floor right now for the Red Raiders. That much I can tell you.
Trying to multitask.
So many multitasking moments, Bill Thomas. We'll get the name post-game. Coach Crutchfield.
All right, we're going to figure this out right
Bill
now.
Thomas is going to investigate. 5:01 to play in the fourth quarter. 69-51, Leominster on top. As Bill Thomas endeavors to find out who number 35 is, as he's got himself gate on the board.
He's got himself 5 points. He's got 5 points.
Bill Thomas, crack researcher. He's waded into the crowd to find out who it is.
I'm not surprised. Oh, man.
Great ball player, got 5 points. Want to give him a shout out.
BYU.
Indeed. Oh, my. What a night. What a night here at the gym at Leominster High School.
So we got Scott Broussard saying number 12 is Devin Barasano. Did we get that?
I'll take their word for it.
All right, Devin Barasano.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
See, I like the help when we get it. Also not on the roster.
35 is Stone Cacchetti. Well done, Scott Broussard. Stone.
Then that means that whoever we had listed as 23 was not Stone Cacchetti. Chaos on the Red Raider roster as we try to properly recognize players. 4:55 to play in the fourth quarter.
Hey, we tried.
We're doing everything we possibly can. I mean, this, could be the biggest game of somebody's life. Never want to get it wrong.
I agree.
That
Nice
goes in
putback.
for Conacher. But we appreciate our help out there on RFM. So Devin Barasano, we're told, is wearing 12. Stones Cacchetti wearing 35, which leaves us only 23 who had played earlier in the game, who we thought was Stones Cacchetti, and apparently was not.
Well, thank you from the internet.
Better
information than the crowd.
Participatory broadcasting.
Instant gratification.
With that foul, Conacher picks up his 4th. It's going to be team 5th for the Blue Devils.
7-1-52 on the made free throw. 4:37 play in the fourth.
Cannot keep up. Right click.
This one will certainly test your ability to multitask. Barasano completes that free throw. 2 of 2 on the trip. 4.5 to play here in the fourth. Somebody must have opened a door to the outside here at the gym at Leominster High School. It's the first time I can feel a breeze all night long. Been hot and steamy in this gym all night. Dada, shot off the front rim, won't go. Rebound, inside passing. LeBlanc with the rebound, the feed to Paulino in the finish.
Paulino's got himself 18 points right now.
Final 4 minutes of this one. Graham, cross court, Edmonds, step back, nowhere to go, finds Rivera. Inside passing, Scacchetti has it swatted away. Scacchetti's got 5, he was looking to make it 7, and he had that one swatted away. Edmonds will trigger, straight line stack. Ball tipped by Paulino. Paulino tried to keep it in along the boundary, and he stepped on the sideline, ball back to Fitchburg. 3:54 to play here in the fourth quarter. 73-53, Leominster on top. Remember this broadcast and all of our broadcasts here on RFM available on YouTube. Subscribe to Rivalry Family Media. Edmonds hits the 3 and then wants to talk about it. Has some words for the Leominster cheering section and then for Derek Thomas, who responds short on the front rim. Back down floor, Edmonds, space, lay-in, good. And now a conversation
between Thomas
and Coach James McCall is not happy with his player Danielle Edmonds, and he is still chewing on him. I admire the decision by the coaching staff. Don't let the referee handle it. The referee blew it dead for the timeout. Coach said, I'll take care of the problem, and he spoke up, did not like what his player was doing. That's the only way to maintain on both sides in this rivalry, if the coaching staffs, the ADs, the administrators step in and they manage and they model the proper behavior.
Absolutely.
Credit to Coach James McCall.
Oh, body's flying underneath.
2-shot foul coming up here for LeBlanc at the line. 3:19 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Leominster shooting the bonus, 1-1.
Edmond picks up his first. It's going to be team 9th
I got to
for
tell you,
Fitchburg.
I've seen a lot of phenomenal crowds here at the gym at Leominster High School. I have never seen a standing room baseline only crowd like we've seen all night long. LeBlanc short on that one. One more opportunity for LeBlanc on this trip.
We can confirm. Brock Scassetti says, that's my brother Stone.
Good.
Good. We have double confirmation.
Glad he got in the game.
Double confirmation.
Those
got
are
to
the
talk about
best
'em.
family names I've ever heard.
Oh.
LeBlanc can't get that one to go. Follow through. Paulino will.
Oh.
Loose ball still alive. It's Perez. Now LeBlanc. Baseline drive. Kick back up top. Paulino buries it.
From the bench.
76-58, 3 to play here in the fourth. Edmonds, the drive. He drew contact. 2 shots coming up here as Edmonds will go to the floor.
I didn't see what happened there.
I think it might have been a finger. It was one of those cases on the drive. Defender reached in for the ball, and I think they missed the ball.
Oh, you got to finger
Edmonds in the eye.
to the face. I see.
Perez picks up his second. It's going to be team 6 for the Blue Devils. 2:55 remaining in the fourth.
Stone and Rock Scacchetti.
Amazing.
My favorite athletic names I've ever heard.
Do their family own a court?
That would be amazing if they did, but nonetheless, those
Oh.
are amazing names.
Still working on that player, coach and the athletic director for Leominster High School. Dave Palazzi, Leominster trainer, out to check on a player as well.
And Edmonds will go to the bench. Coach McCall assisting him over.
Got hit hard.
The officials are going to give him some time here to try to get things straightened out.
Yeah, he's been an important part of the Fitchburg offense here in the fourth quarter, keeping him in the game basically single-handedly.
Diaz will check back in. Somebody has to take the free throws at the line, and it looks like Diaz is going to take the shots at the line.
A lot of people working on Edmonds right now.
Anytime you get in and around the facial area, that's when things get a little nerve-wracking, to say the least. Athletic director Dave Palazzi is helping Daniel Edmonds to the locker room. Trainer to follow. That's scary when you're talking about the facial area. Diaz will get that one to go. We won't speculate. All we can hope is Edmonds will be okay. Back down floor, the pick, Graham to the basket, won't go. 3-on-3 as Fitchburg's defense scrambled back. Nice job by Barisano to even the odds, scrambling back into the play. The drive, kick, Conacher, 3, off to the left. Got his own rebound on a long bounce, pushed that one back up on the rim, and got the roll.
Good follow-up, good heads-up play by Liam. They're staying home that time.
The
Got
drive, and that one won't go. Foul on the floor. Foul on the play sends Diaz to the line on the strong take. Getting word Liam Conacher tonight playing with a line of stitches in his head from an elbow he took in the Algonquin game last Friday night.
Really?
Having his best night with the stitches.
Leave him in.
The zipper makes all the difference. 2:21 to play in the fourth. 78-61 Leominster on top.
Luckily, he's got a nice head of hair that that covers it. So.
And that one will go for Diaz.
We're high-fiving her?
Absolutely, why not?
Up.
Gonna have a little fun
Misty
here.
Blue says that's her sunstone.
Absolutely. Thank God for participatory
That whole
broadcasting.
family is watching. I love it.
I love, watching things and being able to, have people tweet along or to message and like. We thank the Scacchetti family for being a part of our family tonight here on RFM, along with the rest of you. More than 2,000 of you have joined us throughout the night for this doubleheader. At the buzzer on the shot clock, Paulino finishes and puts Leominster over the 80 mark. Diaz, the drive, scoop shot, count the basket, and the foul.
Nice drive right there. Game's kind of turned into a series of one-on-one matchups here as it's winding it down. Everybody trying to show off their skills. Still a lot of fun. As long as everybody stays under control, not get too carried away, and let's not get too trashy.
And the skills on display on both sides of the floor are impressive.
Yeah. Leominster's played better as a team tonight, but Fitchburg showed some great individual talent. They just haven't played well as a team.
And quite a bit to build on here for Coach James McCall in his first season. Battle along the timeline there. De Leon will get billed for the foul. The good news for the Red Raiders, Bill Thomas, I do believe, pretty young all around. Lots of juniors, handful of seniors that are part of this. Luis Alderando, senior. Julio Torres, who's been in tonight. Jaden Perez, Stone Scacchetti, who we talked about. Justin Comasana. Those are your lone seniors in this Red Raider program. The rest, juniors and sophomores. That's good building block situation for Coach James McCall.
Good things to come.
Good for LeBlanc on the first.
And I see some renewed energy within their basketball program, which we haven't seen the last couple of years.
That one will not go for LeBlanc. Rebound tipped. LeBlanc hustles the play out into the corner. And a whistle behind the play. Coach Kevin Crutchfield takes a timeout. 1:23 to play in the fourth quarter. 82-65, Leominster on top.
82 points, big scoring night for the Blue Devils. I don't have a sheet, but highest point output of the season at 82.
If not the highest, close to it. But remember, Bill Thomas, last time these two teams came out, it was a high-scoring affair, not a whole lot of defense being played the last two times these teams met in December on the 23rd. Leominster scoring 71 points in that outing, 65 points, I believe, for the Red Raiders on December the 23rd.
The thus far 82-point effort matches their season high, which came on night one for Leominster against Narragansett. As we come back to live action out of the timeout, Leominster can make a season high with one more basket of any type. Paulino decides he wants to try the deep three. Side rim, no, and the rebound for De Leon. Loose ball run down by Conacher. Good opportunity here for Leominster to slow the game down. And Coach Crutchfield sends Trey LeBlanc back to midcourt with the final minute now of this one. The drive deflected into the stanchions above the basket. And the ball will go remain with Leominster off of Fitchburg deflection. Sub into the basketball game. Paulino will head to the bench. His night likely done.
He had a great night running the team. Proud of the way he played. Should be.
Thomas for LeBlanc. LeBlanc gets bumped with the lower body. He'll have two shots coming for the line with a chance to make this Leominster's best scoring effort of the season.
Very nice comment once again by John Carlos Oquendo. Thank you very much for the very kind words, sir, for the commentary.
We do appreciate that.
Very much appreciated.
Appreciate having you as a part of our family here on RFM. Front rim to that one.
Stuck on 82.
Yeah, can't seem to get over that hump. Again,
You think the players know?
Absolutely no clue.
No clue?
No clue.
No clue?
No. It's not what they're worried about, Bill Thomas.
Oh, come on, they're kids.
All they want
not
is
be.
one more point from the opposition, particularly if that opposition wears red and gray. Whistles behind the play. Coach James McCall timeout to allow him to make some substitutions here.
Should be his last timeout of the game.
49, 9/10 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter, and 82-65 Leominster lead.
Administrators from both schools starting to try to hold off the crowds from departing early.
They've done a very good job with this crowd control thus far.
Keep it up.
To keep these fan sections having a nice night, having an enjoyable night.
Teachers and administrators.
But not crossing midcourt, or should we say not crossing our broadcast position. The plan...
They're doing a great job. I mean,
Absolutely.
we don't have a lot of room here on the sidelines. We're right up on the edge of the court. But, I mean, everybody's done a great job. The coaches, I see Coach Gates here. You know, obviously Steve's been here with us all
Coach
night.
Tom DiGeronimo, also
Coach
assistant
Tom
principal
down
Tom
the other
DiGeronimo,
end. Over on the Fitchburg side. It's great turnout, staff, administrators, teachers, students, and just city-to-city support.
Indeed, and everyone will head to the nearest exit going in either direction 45 seconds from now. It's Barisano. Pushes it back for Torres. Torres the drive. Ball tipped, now loose on the floor. Put back goes up and will not go. And the rebound down for Perez.
So I figured out why they have Fitchburg to our left over here, so they can leave the gym first.
Yes, they're going to send them to the exit that way. They potentially could send Leominster out the back door
They're just gonna try to
guarantee
hold them
that
off.
they don't find each other. 15 seconds remaining in this one.
Basically, we got the
Leominster
second difference.
gonna dribble this one out. 8 seconds remaining. Perez just running circles. And a shot clock violation. 1 and 4/10 seconds to play in this one. The crowd started to move on the horn. Not over yet. That was just a shot clock violation. Leominster ran the clock down as best they could. 1 and 4/10 seconds to play. The inbound, Barisano, good if it goes. Off the mark. This one is over. Game 2 of the doubleheader goes the way of the Blue Devils. Leominster, an 82-65 winner here in the Wooden Gym at Leominster High School tonight.
What a night.
What a night indeed.
What a doubleheader. I would take these every week if we could get one. The excitement, the energy stands on the court. Just an amazing night of basketball. It's about all I can say.
And a great split you end up with. Fitchburg wins the girls' game number 1, 50-48, in what was a back-and-forth battle all the way to the end. Leominster survives the early punch that the Red Raiders come out with on offense and build their lead to an 82-65 win in Game 2. Each school goes home with 1 win tonight and 1 loss. It about sums up this rivalry.
Yeah, I'm sure that, nobody wants to, somebody would like to go on 2-0 tonight, but I think it keeps everybody happy. It just helps the rivalry build in the future, and especially where we had so much energy, but it didn't go over the top. And I give the officials all the credit. And I mean, no sooner did we compliment them, they did exactly what we complimented it for, just to reinforce how great of a game they were having as officials, and to support the game that we were watching as a great game in general.
They administered the game that was in front of them. Great job tonight. 82-65. Leominster a winner over Fitchburg in game number 2. We've got so much more to come here on RFM. We are far from done. Leominster head coach Coach Crutchfield joins us courtside coming up next. Stay with us. This is RFM. Back to our courtside broadcast position here on RFM. Thank you so much for staying with us here on Facebook Live tonight. We'll have Leominster head coach Coach Crutchfield from the boys' side of this doubleheader joining us in a few minutes, but had an opportunity and couldn't pass up the chance to talk to Fitchburg girls basketball coach Paul Geronimo. Coach, I'm glad you were still here and we could get you wrangled on in this direction. Great win in game number 1 tonight. We were telling the audience that just joined us for game 2. They need to go back and watch that game on demand. What an exciting game for your program.
It was. It was a great learning experience. We haven't been in a lot of those situations for the girls to respond the way they did for 32 minutes. It's fantastic. It just says so much about every girl in that program, how hard they work, and what they're willing to do.
It's the first opportunity we get to see you guys this year, but I know from what I had heard and what I had read how much you guys had matured from last year to this year. The 1-year turnaround speaks to the hard work your girls have been putting in.
You know what? They're playing a lot more basketball, and that's what we've been preaching for, it's 4 years now, and the younger girls have really bought into it, and it's become infectious, and they're fun to be around. I mean, they're just a great group to be around, and they all have their own personalities, but just to watch them mature over a short period of time is pretty exciting.
And it's one of those things we talk about so often that people don't necessarily appreciate is how much experience players have before they even get to this point in their lives. It varies so dramatically when you can get players playing consistently and playing together consistently. The payoff at the other end is impressive.
Yeah, and that goes back to, like I said, this summer and this fall, we had a group of girls that, were willing to put the time in, going to play in a fall league on a Sunday night, playing a tournament before the season even started. I mean, the beginning of the season was a little tough because of the weather. We didn't get off to a good start. But you know what? They battle. I mean, that's our manager. Just battle. And it's more enjoyable to watch games where they're close, and obviously you won't always win, but just to be competitive and, it's exciting to watch.
I don't have the math directly here in front of me, but you got about 6 games to play here down the stretch, more or less.
Yeah.
Mathematically, everything's still possible, but what is your real goal for this program down the stretch?
Our real goal for this program is to just keep getting better, and we are getting better. And to be able to, the hard work has paid off, and the fruits of their labor are tonight. That could have gone either way, and they just hung in there. And I mean, for Mia Gavins, she wanted the ball. She wanted the ball, and that just speaks volumes, because I'm not sure that would have happened a year ago. And none of them are afraid to shoot. They don't always make the best decisions, but it's not from lack of effort. So, like I said, I just love being around them. I love being around the coaching staff, and it just makes things that much more enjoyable.
Your players certainly responded in the environment that we had here tonight. 2 packed crowds in all directions, huge cheering section. Not something, unfortunately, that girls basketball always gets, but it was awesome to see here tonight.
Yeah, it was, and you know what? We don't even talk about it,
No.
And because if you dwell on it a little bit, then it's in the back of their head. It's like, hey, just play. You know what? Just play between the lines and let everything, let the chips fall where they may. You can't control what's going on around you.
It's an experience and a memory they'll appreciate somewhere down the road.
Absolutely, no question.
Coach Paul Geronimo, congratulations on a great win tonight. 50-48 in game number 1. The Fitchburg girls take down Leominster. You can get that game available on YouTube on demand beginning tomorrow morning. Search Rivalry Family Media for that one. Paul, thank you so much.
Thank you. I really
us.
appreciate
Thank
everything you do.
Thanks for being
Thanks.
here. More to come. You stay with us here on RFM. Bear with us here on Rivalry Family Media. We're still courtside here at the gym at Leominster High School. We're still waiting on Leominster head coach Kevin Crutchfield. He is on our way to our courtside broadcast position, hopefully in a matter of moments. We appreciate your staying with us as a part of our family here on RFM. (82-65). Leominster a winner over Fitchburg tonight. Back to our courtside broadcast position here on RFM, and great to be joined by Leominster head coach Kevin Crutchfield. Coach, a big win here tonight, as we said, an 82-65 margin. Really, this was an end-to-end game, and the energy, as we were just saying before we came on, literally from the end of that girls' game, just seemed to pick up and play as a fifth quarter with the very first quarter of the boys' game that came immediately afterward, and just kept right on building in what was an amazing environment for high school sports tonight.
Electricity in the building was phenomenal, and our team was watching the end of the girls' game, and the place was getting louder and louder, and they were getting more and more fired up. So I didn't have to say a word because I knew they were going to be all fired up. And Fitchburg, I knew they were going to give us everything they had. They did tonight, but we were consistent. We stayed with our game plan. We got comfortable offensively, and then we did what we had to do on defense. So a very good team win.
And it was something that you guys come off of last week kind of needed. You needed that moment. You had a good win in the middle of the week last week, beginning of the week you'd like to forget, end of the week you'd like to forget.
Yep.
Good way to do that is come out against your arch rival tonight and get the kind of victory you need to hopefully catapult you into that remaining 6 games on the season.
Absolutely. We've qualified, and now we've got to get tournament tough. And games like tonight do that for you. Big crowds, tough, aggressive opponents, and keeping your composure under pressure. We did get it handed to us last week, and it was a wake-up call. And now we know what we have to do on a night-by-night basis to be successful. So we're constantly a work in progress. We're building towards, trying to get some form of excellence,
And that's the whole thing, of course. Everything, people want instant gratification in the day and age. Building a program is not instant gratification. It does take time to get that chemistry to work out.
Absolutely, and this has been, this hasn't happened overnight, that's for sure. We struggled the first couple of years, and we had great kids who worked hard. They just didn't have the skill set, and now we get kids that are pretty talented, and it's been a fun ride to this point.
And the ride will continue, Coach. Of course, a lot of games still left. Like I said, about 6 or so that we have. I used to have a schedule here somewhere. It's been quite the night here.
Yeah.
But the handful of games left, a couple more this week. Tell me, what's your mindset? What's that next game you've got an angle for?
I think we really do just have to take it one game at a time. We learned that last week. We got a tough one at Oakmont tomorrow because we're the biggest game on their schedule, and they're really excited to play us, and the gym will be packed, and it's back-to-back games, so that's going to be good. And then the big league game against Wachusett on Friday, so no rest for the weary. We get another big week, but then things break up a little bit, and we start to see who we might face in the postseason, and it's fun. We start scouting those teams, and we get ready for those big tournament games. So. It's a very good season so far.
Way our schedule is set up, and I don't want to make you look too far ahead, but I'm curious about this game. Next one we have on our schedule with you guys is a Sunday afternoon game against New Mission High School out of Boston.
Yep.
Talk about that game being on the schedule and placing it right before the tournament run.
Yeah, the placement was strategic. We wanted to play a very good team right before we were going to enter the tournament, and they're out of Hyde Park, and they have a very successful program, and I think they're currently 12-3, leading their inner city league. So it's going to be a huge test for us, but it's fun. It's one of those games where it's Sunday afternoon. Hopefully the gym will be packed, and we can hang with them. It's going to be a good game.
We don't play enough Sunday afternoon games here in high school athletics.
Right.
We'll look forward to seeing you then, Coach, and down the stretch as well. Congratulations
All
on
right.
the win.
Thank you very much.
More to come here on RFM. We'll wrap things up from the gym at Leominster High School. This is RFM. That exhale means we're closer
That's
to a finish here at our courtside broadcast position here at RFM. Thank you so much for staying with us throughout the evening here. It has been now going on to, Kate, just a little over 4 hours and 18 minutes of fun here from the from Jim at Leominster High School.
I've been here since 3.
Indeed, and we do appreciate, as does our family audience out there, you're being a part of that, along with Bill Thomas, getting things set up and ready
School to school
for broadcast. So certainly a big win tonight for the Leominster boys, 82-65. Tough loss for the girls, 50-48. But we talked to 2 winning coaches tonight, did a lot of smiling because their programs are building toward bigger things.
That's what we like to see. We like to see smiles, a phenomenal effort by all of those involved. Leominster girls falling just short in their game, but a phenomenal effort on their part. Fitchburg boys falling just short in their game, but again, a phenomenal effort. We're seeing all 4 of those teams making great strides as they make their way to the culmination or the continuation of their seasons. You ready for final stats?
Indeed I am. Let's bring us home with the final stats here of this one.
Let's do it. Let's start with team totals first. First for the Red Raiders of Fitchburg. They end the night with 65 points. They lose by 17. They shoot 12 of 15 from the line. That's 80%. 26 rebounds, 5 steals, 30 turnovers. So again, turnovers outnumbering rebounds for the Red Raiders. Individual notable statistics, we have Diaz ending the night with 19, Leon with 4, Gaetan with 2, Edmonds with 2, Graham with 2, Edmonds with 12, Graham with 2, Torres with 8, Marte with 8, and then the combination of number 12 and number 35.
Barasano and Scacchetti.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
At least you remember. And the night with 9. Now let's take a look at the Blue Devils side of the ball. Again, a 17-point win for Leominster. 9 of 17 from the charity stripe. That's 53% from the line. 29 rebounds. 10 steals, 20 turnovers for the Blue Devils. Let's take a look at individual statistics. Paulino ends the night with 24, LeBlanc with 16, Conacher with 24, Perez with 5, Lucky with 2, and Dada ends the night with 8. And that is how we come to the 82-65 electric final in the boys matchup. This is the kind of space I like, though. There was a lot of people in this gym.
Much more blue and empty seats around us at this point in the broadcast as well. Here, we'll give the folks a look from our courtside cam.
Much better.
And you can see much emptier now here inside the gym at Leominster High School. Upcoming schedule, you can see it right there on the screen. Again, we had the great doubleheader tonight. You'll be able to get those games on demand on YouTube. Subscribe, Rivalry Family Media. You could be a part of that one, or you can watch the game again on replay right here on Facebook. Obviously, the boys game, the file you're watching right now, you want the girls game, a 50-48 Fitchburg win. Very exciting basketball game. Scroll down one game, hit play, and watch it right here on Facebook, on a Facebook Live replay, or again, games available on YouTube. Subscribe to Rivalry Family Media, at Media Rivalry on Twitter, and then at Media Rivalry here on Facebook as well. Upcoming broadcast here on RFM, Tuesday, February the 11th. It's the Shoba at Leominster, game right here at the gym at Leominster High School on the girls' side of things. And then we mentioned the next time we're going to see the boys, Sunday, February 16th. They host New Mission High School out of Hyde Park right here, a 1 o'clock tip-off, and we'll have it for you here on RFM on a fun Sunday afternoon start. Don't get many of those in high school athletics.
Always fun when you get to see somebody brand new. It really does. It spices up the action. It kind of freshens things up. Mid-watching, when you're seeing these opponents in homes, game in and game out, obviously it's nice to have the perennial favorites. Obviously, we love having rivalry games, but sometimes when you get to spice it up from somebody from Eastern Mass or Western Mass, it kind of lets you know where you stand amongst competition in other parts of the state. So that'll be a fun one to watch.
It will absolutely be. Looking forward to calling that one. And, of course, Kate, the fun part about every time you try out a new team, somebody in Central Mass that we're broadcasting plays somebody new. You want to know what the fun part is from a broadcast standpoint?
graphics.
Seeing if they'll respond to an email.
That's true.
That's always the fun part
That's
of
true.
being on this end of things, is we'll get you prepared for this one. Want to thank Bill Thomas for his great contributions tonight, all night long. There he is, a man behind the camera as well. Kate Robbins, great job here tonight, and we thank you for being a part of our family.
You have to say that.
Fitchburg a winner, 50-48 in game number 1 with the girls. Leominster a winner in game 2, 82-65 in the boys. Action here in the rivalry doubleheader, part 2 in this 2019-2020 season.
Work on
For
your French.
Billy and Kate, I am Todd. Until next week, so long, everybody. This has been RFM.